The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today we're going to be conducting a sea trial and features inspection of the Formula 270 Bowrider. This particular model happens to be powered with a 430 horsepower Ilmor MV8 6.2-liter engine, and this is the one-drive model that comes packaged with Ilmor's outdrive with smooth shifting hydraulic clutch. Let's start right in by taking a look at the engine and then going over the numbers. The engine room is accessed from an electrically actuated hatch that's controlled from a switch at the helm. The installation leaves ample room around the engine. This engine's based off a Generation 4 GM block. It's all aluminum. In fact, it's the same engine used in the Camaro and Corvette. It's very lightweight, making it a good fit for this boat. It's of course catalyzed, and Ilmor is the only engine marinizers using this particular engine. It's also nice that we get to test the one-drive engine and outdrive combo in a single engine application. Some of the key features are the top-mounted service points, the fuse box, the oil fill and dipstick, the oil filter, and notice the courtesy tray to collect any spillage under the oil filter. The exhausts are glycol cooled, which is unique. This keeps salt water away and significantly reduces corrosion, of course. So let's put this one drive and engine combo to the test. The Formula 270 BR has a length overall of 28 feet 5 inches, a beam of 8 feet 6 inches, and a draft of 40 inches. Local conditions prevented us from testing this model, but Ilmor's test team reports a top speed of 51 miles per hour at 5850 RPM. Best cruise was reached at 3500 RPM, where the 270 was running at 27.8 miles per hour. At that speed, the 12.1 gallon per hour fuel burn translated into 2.3 miles per gallon and a range of 204 statute miles, while still holding back a 10% reserve of the boat's 101 gallon fuel capacity. As for her handling, the 270 can only be described as graceful. Because of the hydraulic clutch, moving the shift into gear shows no clunking like we normally experience, but a subtle change to the engine noise as the prop loads the engine. That's it. She has a relaxed acceleration curve with a generous bow rise, and once on plane she responds smoothly to our control inputs with no jerky motions that onboard guests may find uncomfortable. In heavy-handed turns she has a pronounced roll, and then she'll lose a bit of speed, so don't be shy about adding power when entering the turn. She's got the solid feel of a Formula, and crossing our self-generated wakes showed no hull slapping or adverse effects. Her solid build transfers any impact of the waves throughout the entire boat, so they can hardly be felt. Overall, it was yacht handling characteristics that we've come to expect from this premium builder. Now that we're back at the dock, let's take a look at her features. We'll start at the foredeck, where a hatch opens on a lift and lock latch to reveal the anchor locker. This space can also accommodate a B-tree boarding ladder, and the bow is notched specifically for that. An optional electric windlass can be fitted here, and it includes 75 feet of chain and polished steel anchor. Dual 6-inch cleats are to the sides. The bow goes way beyond the normal Bowrider layout. The comfort of the wraparound seating is enhanced with plush cushions utilizing multiple densities for added support where needed. A wraparound bolster surrounds the boat and adds aft-facing seating. We can lounge side by side on the forward-facing seats, and we can also remove the center cushions, which will allow us to have our feet on the deck. A pedestal base allows us to add a table for an alfresco dining area. We have the usual walk-through windshield, but Formula uses a stainless steel windshield frame, and both latches to the opening part of the windshield are interconnected. Naturally, it can be closed off. Between the consoles, there is sole storage. The hatch opens with a lift and lock latch. It's finished on both sides and held open by a gas assist strut. The perimeter of the compartment measures 3 feet 3 inches by 13 inches, is guttered to channel water to the single drain and then overboard. The port side console features soft touch vinyl double stitched with contrast thread. Drink holders are alongside, and with 2 of them, one can hold the cell phone. The armrest is recessed behind the side-mounted grab handle, and a stainless grab handle is in front of the observer, nestled into the center of the wraparound bolster. A lockable glove box is above. Inside the glove box is storage alongside the Clarion stereo, mounted in a protected environment, and there are accessory and USB plugs just underneath. Inside the head compartment, a standard porta-potty can be swapped out for this manual flush porcelain toilet connected to the 13-gallon holding tank and dockside pump-out. This can be upgraded to a vacuum-flush toilet. Flooring can be either a light cherry or Baltic birch wood grain finish. Cargo net storage is just inside the door. A vanity with sink connected to the 13-gallon water tank is optional. Flipping both the companion and the double-wide helm seat backs forward creates cockpit seating that wraps nearly all the way around, with only the exception of the angled walkthrough to the swim platform. Storage can be found under nearly every seat cushion, including a trash receptacle. The cockpit is self-draining. A pedestal base will accommodate the cockpit table that stores in the engine compartment. Grab rails and drink holders are conveniently located, along with USB connections, and notice the premium treatments to the upholstery. Speaking of premium treatments, notice the stainless steel tower frame. It's fabricated from stainless steel tubing between 2 and 2.5 inches thick, and not only serves as a mounting point for the bimini top, but an elevated tow point as well. I'd like to see a zippered access point in the bimini top to make it easy to attach a line to the tow point. The overwide Helm seat is 31 inches across and features a single flip-up bolster. The Helm station is a combination of Formula, Ilmor, and Livorsi. At the top, we have the soft padding that we saw in the observer's console. All of the gauges are mounted to an acrylic panel. 2 large gauges consist of a speedometer and tachometer, with smaller gauges surrounding that include a digital depth gauge. A small window in the tach is controlled from the buttons just below to provide selectable information. Rocker switches to both sides of the panel are lighted when activated, and below we have more of the soft touch vinyl. The 3-spoke steering wheel is mounted to a tilt base and wrapped for a premium feel. To the left, we have the Clarion stereo, and the horn button stands out quite nicely. To the right of the wheel is the gasoline fume detector, the trim tab controls, a small padded cell phone cubby. The engine control is cast aluminum and comfortable to operate. Courtesy lights are at the 14-inch wide step to the swim platform. The 3-foot 5-inch extended swim platform is surrounded by a solid stainless steel rail that not only serves to protect the platform from an errant docking, it also makes it easy to grab onto when swimming from the 270 Bowrider. Additional handholds are recessed into the top of the platform, and drink holders are to both corners. The reboarding ladder is underneath at the center. A ski tow pylon can insert in the forward center of the platform. To the sides, the 6-inch cleats are mounted high out of the trip zone. A stereo remote and freshwater inlet are just below. We can watch the kids swimming in the water from the 4-foot 8-inch wide aft-facing lounge seat that's created when we move the backrest forward and the bench seat raises simultaneously. This means we can only use one of these seats at a time, and we do have the benefit of exposing storage when deploying that aft seat. At the end of the day, we have an interesting combination of an upscale boat with an equally impressive power package. There's a pronounced comfort level, of course, but also the elevated level of fit and finish that we've now come to expect from the brand, all rolled into one easy-to-handle boat. And that's my sea trial and features walkthrough of the 270 Bowrider from Formula. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.